Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Uncensored with Sevyn K. I am Sevyn K, a relationship, life and manifestation coach, combining the teachings of all three to help you bring in the love, life and success you so much want, need and desire. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so today on this video we're going to talk about the three things you absolutely must do following no contact, because obviously that is the number one thing to do, right? So if you're in no contact, you've retreated and you're gaining clarity and space from the breakup, separation, possibly even a divorce. And if you are in a space where you absolutely have your heart open to the possibilities of reconciliation with the ex/the dumper, hey, I get it. This is a judgment-free zone. So with that said, no contact by far is the most important. It is not one of the three things I want to talk about, but I do recommend this so that if you're brand new, just listening to me for the first time, please go check out all the other videos and they will give you some great insight as to why no contact is super important and number one for you. It is not a manipulation tactic to gain the ex back, but if practicing no contact is applied correctly, then the byproduct is they come back. Exes always come back. But ladies and gentlemen, before I get into the nuts and bolts, and I do recommend you stay listening to the end of the video because I have a really great nugget for you guys. And if you can't listen to the whole thing in one shot, do come back and finish the video. I mean, hey, listen, what do you have to lose, right? I want to give my praises to all the subscribers, new and old, and the viewers and those that are constantly posting great comments and giving feedback and advice and following up. Together, we're growing a fantastic and phenomenal Sevyn community. I love it. I'm very, very happy with how my channel is growing because of your help, your support of not just me, but each other. And this was my intention and purpose the moment I made my first video. I too went through a horrific breakup, many years, very traumatic. And I knew that my purpose was to start this channel and help you guys on your journey. So with that said, if you're brand new to the channel, hit the notification bell, because if this is helping you, then I want you to keep getting my new content as well. Subscribe so that way you can join the community as we grow and participate and contribute your ideas, your moments, your testimonies, your questions. And of course, if you like my content, then let me know. If you don't, then let me know that too. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the nuts and bolts of these three things. So following no contact, you've gone through the breakup, and I know that this is the moment where you feel helpless, hopeless, unattractive, undesirable, abandoned, and it is horrible. And you've given your emotions to the ex, you've kicked, you screamed, you've chased, you've stalked, and you finally figured out that none of that helps, and you're retreating. And in your retreat of no contact, here's what we need to do. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, and this might sound a bit controversial, hypocritical, completely the opposite of what you think you're about to hear. And that is, you must get to a space where you no longer care to have your ex back. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please hear me out before you go off the bridge, off the ledge. Sevyn, this is totally the opposite of what I want. I'm coming to your videos. I'm coming to you because I want my ex back. Listen, guys, again, I said it. I get it. But hear me out. When you get into the posture and the space, and this will not be easy, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The work that you need to do on the journey to get to this point and this moment will not be easy, but absolutely freaking worth it. When you get to the space where you can say to yourself authentically and genuinely, I don't care anymore if you come into my life or not, because I am freaking amazing with or without you as I was prior to the second we met. Because here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, and unfortunately, when a person ends a relationship with you, they walk away with a sense of arrogance and power over you. And they are betting that you're going to spend many days, weeks, months, even years pining over them. They will always think that you will be standing still waiting on their arrival, and that the choice will always be up to them. And so you are left in a state of desperation, in a state of always wanting them back, in a state of dependency. And so when you get to the moment, because you've done the work, you've gotten out of victim mode, you've gotten out of self-pity, you've gotten the courage to push through, and you have accepted the breakup and given the breakup, and you have transformed yourself in a way where you can honestly, authentically, and genuinely go about your days saying, knowing, feeling, because we can tell ourselves anything, I no longer care to have you back. This is when you become a powerhouse. And this is when the tables will turn and you will feel happy, whole, and complete again. And this is where the byproduct of being in that posture will immediately grab the attention of your ex. What do you mean you don't care to have me back? I thought you were always going to be begging, screaming, and kicking for me. I thought you would always be comparing me to everyone you meet. I thought I can go out and do all the things that I need to do and somehow decide if I ever want you back. No. When you do the work, ladies and gentlemen, to no longer be dependent on the outcome of reconciliation. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that you can't have an open heart to wanting them back. But it means that you no longer are dependent or desperate to have them back. That you are perfectly fine and amazing and great, incredible, happy, whole, and complete without their return. Because when you live your life dependent on having someone in your life in order for you to feel good again, that is a dangerous way to be. When you absolutely stop caring or giving a shit if they ever come back, what they're doing, what they're talking about, and who they're with, that is the moment where everything begins to change. Now, with that said, that leads me into number 2. In order for you to get into the space, ladies and gentlemen, where you no longer care if they come or not, that means that you have happily hit the moment to be single again. I follow a gentleman by the name of Dr. Monroe, the late Dr. Monroe. He actually passed away several years ago. And I follow this gentleman to the T on relationships, marriage. And one of the most important concepts that I learned from him and that I practice, even being in a relationship, is loving being single. So ladies and gentlemen, that is number 2. You must love and adore being single. Now, growing up, we are taught that the all-American dream, and ladies and gentlemen, if you're in another country, that just means that with no exception, the only way that you're going to feel whole, happy, and complete is to be in a relationship or marriage. What a freaking fallacy. People are condemned. People have a negative stigma. People are ostracized for being single. And this is how we are programmed and raised. Being single is not a good thing, regardless of the age. You must strive to be in a relationship or a marriage. And what that has taught us all of our life is that in order for us to feel happy, whole, and complete, to feel good, you must have a person in your life, as in a romantic connection or relationship. And this is why breakups, divorce, and separations hurt so bad, because we are taught that I complete you or you complete me. No. Being single means that you complete yourself, that you can wake up and feel amazing in the skin you're in without constantly having to have someone in your face validate you, compliment you, view you, like in your pictures, because we live in a world where now everything is based and dependent on an external, be it a relationship, a car, the money, the job, the house you live in. All of these things are a sense of false identity and confidence. And when those things and people remove themselves from your life, you are back to being incomplete. And so that source of dependency will absolutely be traumatic to you, because you cannot feel great again until someone is in your space. And this is why so many people suffer through a breakup, because you have convinced yourself that the only way you're going to feel good again is for the ex or the dumper to come back into your life. And when you are left being alone, you are confusing being alone for not being enough, for not being valuable, for not being a catch, for not being attractive. And you collapse those emotions with loneliness. So now you are lonely, unattractive, not good enough, not valuable, not a catch, and not a prize, simply because your dependency on having someone in your life, in your face, constantly telling you how beautiful you are, how handsome you are, how wanted you are, has left. Because you don't and can't love being with just you. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, this is so important, that you must learn to love being single. Now, listen to this carefully. There are many people who are absolutely happy being single, and there are many people who are absolutely miserable and depressed in relationships and marriage. So I'm not saying this to say that you should never want to be in a relationship or a marriage. What I'm saying is that you have no business being in a relationship or a marriage or wanting your ex back until you can love being single again, whole, happy, and complete in the skin you're in. When you can wake up and genuinely and authentically look in the mirror and appreciate you. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am amazing. And you can take yourself out to dinner, and you can go to a movie by yourself, and you could sit home with your kids and watch a great show, or you can hang out with your friends and enjoy those moments. And when you can be out with your family or enjoying hobbies, anything in life that doesn't require someone or something external to constantly validate you, then you have hit that pivotal moment where you are whole, happy, and complete within your own self and faculties. And then and only then is your cup full. And when your cup is full, then you can begin pouring into someone else. But your constant dependency and desperation for someone to come back into your life or come into your life at all, for you to feel whole or valuable or attractive, desirable, or wanted, will put you on a tumultuous roller coaster ride for the rest of your life. You must love being single. You must have 100% self-identity, self-individuality. And ladies and gentlemen, when you re-enter into a relationship or marriage, you must maintain loving being single. Now, don't confuse being single for I just don't have a partner in my life. No. Being single is two things. Being single is loving being within yourself. Being alone is not to be compared to being lonely. When you're alone, ladies and gentlemen, it means that you are with self, that you love being with self, and that you no longer depend on a person or the external to complete you. You must complete you. And when you allow a person to enter into your life as union in a relationship, then they now can add to your self-completion. So look at it this way. A relationship, a person, a car, your money, where you live, your career, is the accessory to an amazing outfit. Because if you do not depend on those accessories to complete the outfit could look great and amazing on you with or without those accessories. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what being single is all about. So when you enter a relationship, you must maintain being single. That doesn't mean neglect your partner, avoid your partner, disregard or disrespect your partner. It doesn't mean dating other people, cheating, or committing adultery. It means that you must maintain your self-love and completion. You must maintain your individuality and your self-identity, and that you don't compromise or give those things up simply because now you've joined yourself into a relationship. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, when you wake up one day and you've done the work to say, I do not need you in my life. I don't give a shit if you come and go. I am happy just being single. I am happy enjoying my life. Then you know that you have transformed. Because I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that if you cannot get to the space where you love being single, nothing will add to your happiness. Being around your family will not be enough. Being around your friends will not be enough. Spending time with your children will not be enough. Fellowshipping spiritually will not be enough. Going to work and earning an income will not be enough. Going to the gym will not be enough. Because you are living into the story that the only way I'm going to be happy is if this person comes back in my life and I'm back in a relationship. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is not to be confused with me saying that relationships or marriage are bad. They are amazing, but only when you are loving being just with you, happy with you, whole and happy, complete with just you. Now, that brings me into number 3. Well, 7, how do I get to the point where I don't care if they come back? How do I get to the point where I can wake up and love being single again, as I should? How do I get to the point where I can be whole, happy, and complete so that when I do get back into a relationship, whether it's with the dumper or someone new, whether I get married, engaged, or whatever relationship I enter, how do I get to that space? Well, number 3, self-love. And back to what I was saying in number 2, we are raised to believe that our whole life we have to give, love others. Don't talk about yourself. Marriage relationship is the ultimate achievement. And so we're programmed never to give ourselves love. And I don't talk about religion because it's a very sensitive subject and conversation. But I will say this. The good book says, love your neighbor the way you love yourself. And many people have translated this into love your neighbors more than you love yourself. No. You love neighbors, other people, the way that you love you first. And when you practice self-love, ladies and gentlemen, that means that you love you more than you should ever love anybody else. That you put you as number 1 always above anybody else. And that it's okay to talk about you and your achievements and your proud moments. Because this is what builds us up in order to be dependent on just us. To be whole, happy, and complete. And so what is self-love? Self-love is practicing anything that offers us good health physically, emotionally, aesthetically, mentally. Taking care of your body, the vessel that you were given, good nutrition, hydration, taking on personal development, enjoying the moments with your friends, your family, fellowshipping, and just sucking up those moments that add to your whole happiness and completion, that actually make you feel good, relieved, empowered again, without the dependency of anything or anyone externally. And these things are quite simple. It can be facials. It can be massages. It can be reading a great book, taking on personal development courses, making sure that you are eating the right foods, visiting a medical practitioner if you are experiencing discomfort. It just means that you are taking amazing care of you in every way possible. Treating yourself to gifts ever so often, going shopping for clothes, reasonably speaking, because some of you will overspend, so let's not do that. But self-love is just taking those moments where you just love you, appreciate you, acknowledge you, and you can look in the mirror and truly say, I am here for you, I am taking care of you, and I am the one that's always going to be responsible for you and your happiness, because you are the only person that you're going to live with for the rest of your life. So practicing self-love, ladies and gentlemen, is available to everyone at any time. It is not expensive. It can be free. It can be expensive. It just all depends on how you actually want to practice it. But at the end of the day, you must spend from this moment forward for the rest of your life practicing self-love and making sure that you love you and give to you always more than anyone else. And then, and only then, can you give and love and pour into someone else the way that it should be. So ladies and gentlemen, listen, it's going to be work, but it is so freaking worth it. And if you are in victim mode, sad, depressed, hopeless, helpless, then you must take the first step today, right now, and make a decision. Do you want to continue to live in this horrible emotional status that you're in? Or do you want to pursue happiness, relief, and feeling great again? And really, really doing the work to get to the point in space where you can honestly, authentically, and genuinely say, I do not need you. I don't give a shit if you ever come back. But if you should so ever come back, then I get to make the choice if I want you back into my world, because I have transformed. And thank you, by the way, for walking away from me, because that was the very chin check that I needed to wake up, to work on me, and become the ultimate version of me. And you have never experienced me as I am today. And I pity you if you choose never to come back, because you, sir or ma'am, lost out on a magnificent person. But I love me. I love being single in the skin I am. So move on. Sayonara. Adios. And I'll see you when you come back. And then and only then will I decide how I want to move about. So get your power back, ladies and gentlemen, because remember this term. When you give someone the power to feed you, they also have the power to starve you. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that this video helped. Coaching sessions are available. My email is in the description below. I absolutely look forward to testimonies and more comments. And the power is yours. On to the next video.